working on Brian today, and he's got some shoulder pain. And so what we're going to do first, the biggest muscle in his upper body is his lat. And so we're going to loosen that, and then we're going to go to his pec, and then we're going to go back here to his teres minor and teres major, and under his armpit he has another one called a subscapularis. That controls where the shoulder fits on the body. So we have some arnica salve that we're going to put on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put my elbow right here at the very top of his lat right here. Is that okay, Brian?
Yeah.
And so what I'm doing is putting some tension, and I'm finding that biggest part of the muscle. So this controls a lot of stress with the body. It's also a shoulder internal rotator. So when it's tight, it's turning the shoulder in to make it feel kind of out of place, whether it's bothering you or not. It's constantly turning in. So it's like if you're trying to relax and someone's pulling on one of your arms and they have constant tension, they're pulling you to go somewhere, but you just want to sit in your recliner and relax. When this muscle is tight, it's constantly pulling all the time, 24 hours a day. Does that feel okay?
Yeah, it feels fine.
So now what we're waiting for now, he gave me permission to work on it, but his body's telling me to go away. So I'm waiting for physical permission from his body. Once it moves a little bit, like a fingernail amount, then we can move. See how that moved just a little bit?
Yeah.
So once the body moves a little bit, then I can move along with it. And now we're just waiting a little bit, and we're going to kind of rock across the fiber some, and we're going to make a little space here. And so people don't think about this too much, but there's so much muscle here. When it's tight, it causes all kinds of problems. Feel that bump right there?
Yeah.
That should be flat. So when we're rocking across it, we're just flattening it out.
I was going to say, I feel that.
Yeah. We always want to go from a bigger area to a smaller area. So we're starting up at his shoulder because the guy's got big shoulders, big lats here, a lot of muscle, and then we're slowly working our way down towards his waist. If we started at his waist and pushed up into the shoulder, it wouldn't be very good, even though a lot of people teach that way. Because why would you go from an area that bothers him and start from an area below it and shove tension up into the area that's bothering him? It doesn't make common sense. So right there, he's got a little rib, had a little clunk there. Then we just go right down there, and then we stop. Then we go back and we reset. And we're looking for, see, your body's already relaxing, look at that. So we're just finding the second biggest spot, which is right there, see? So Brian also does jiu-jitsu, so the whole purpose of that, from what I've learned, is to make the other person so uncomfortable to pull his body in an uncomfortable enough situation that they tap. And so that takes a lot of force, a lot of energy. By releasing this, then Brian's going to get a lot more strength than he already has, because the muscle will have more range of motion and it won't have all the restrictions in it, so consequently it's going to give him more power. Now I don't know if you can feel that, it's kind of unraveling underneath there.
Yeah.
It's like if you're untwisting, it's like you watch a mom braiding the daughter's hair, we're like undoing the braids.
Gotcha.
And when you're doing this, it's not a big race to do a bunch of rubbing and moving. It's slow, constant pressure in a very specific area, and let the muscle unravel by itself. It's a good spot right there too, see? So when the muscle wants to unravel, you want to give it time to actually unravel. You don't want to force it. And how you can tell is you'll feel like a little, like on a dirt road, like little bumps in the road or something. You feel the same thing in the muscle. Look at that, it's getting a lot smoother at the bottom now. So now 2 passes already. Getting a lot of significant change there. See, I have to go a little bit more pressure now because the surface of the muscle is already relaxed. Is that okay, Brian?
Yeah.
So just very slowly, like an eighth of an inch at a time, his muscle's relaxing, and I'm just moving along with it. And this happens very slowly over a long period of time. That's why people don't complain about it. Look at that, that's amazing right there. Okay, now I want you just to move it and see if you feel any difference at all from what we've done the last few minutes.
Oh yeah, it feels a lot looser. Feel a lot more flexible.
Come on.
Yeah.
So now that we got that moving some, what we're going to do is we're going to put you flat on your back and we're going to work on your pec muscles in the front. So now we're looking at his shoulders here. See, this shoulder's a little bit lower down. This shoulder's raised a little bit. And this muscle here in the pec is lifting his shoulder up and in like this also. So people do a lot of things for the shoulder. They work right here. It's called your pec minor. All they do is work here. Well, here's your pec major. So you want to start from the biggest area. And so what I've learned to do, let me have your arm please. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We're going to start here and we're going to pull straight up. So it's almost like a little cobblestone road. It should be pretty even. When you flex the muscle, it's supposed to get tight to perform its duty. But when you're not punching or you're not swimming or you're rowing or whatever you're doing, the muscle should relax. It shouldn't still be tense. So a lot of athletes, the muscle will be turned on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they're so active all the time.
And I wish you were here with
Is that okay right there?
Yeah.
And like this is like I developed this myself by watching other people and having other teachers over the years, and they would just show me the pec minor up in the corner there, and nobody ever did anything here. And I had some fighters that weren't doing very well, where their shoulders were turned in, and I started releasing these muscles, and they started doing amazing. So right here, it feels like a steel plate. It shouldn't feel like that. But we're moving really slowly. We're rocking it a little bit. And we're pulling it up to his clavicle. And then you stop right at the bottom of the clavicle. And just like with his lat, it's just like slow and steady. A little bit of rocking. Has anybody worked out like this before on you?
No.
Yeah. So most people don't ever have this done to them. And when we're moving it like this, we're moving it back to a more natural spot to where it was. The muscles, you know, they tense up wherever they have to go because you're demanding with your brain that they perform actions. And then what happens is the fascia and the tension, everything that holds all the tendons and ligaments together around the muscle, they get upset and they get these knots. And see, here's this clavicle here, so we're stopping right below that. And you want to have like a little rocking, a little gentle pulsing, because you want to get the webbing to start to move. And as far as pressure wise, you just want enough pressure so you can actually feel the muscle and get the muscle to unravel. If you push too hard, all you're going to do is bruise them, maybe cause another injury. There's not much benefit in it. But when you find just the right amount of tension, you actually unravel that muscle. So this is really starting to get to be, see now I can move out here to the pec minor at the end out here. Now we're going to make one more space, pass straight up here. So see how it almost wants to come out on its own now, Brian. As soon as I touch it, it starts to unravel. Move that now and see if that feels any different just from that, how your shoulder feels.
Yeah, it feels a lot looser.
So before when he was moving, and we didn't really catch a lot of it at an angle, but this wasn't all moving very much. This was moving and your lat was moving, but now I can watch your whole chest move when you move your arm.
Yeah,
so
I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
Feels good?
Yeah, good. There's one that everyone is going to hit me for this one under your armpit here. And when you, it's okay, I like to laugh too. So what we're trying to hope for here is if you can feel, you might feel a little tingling going down your arm to your fingers a little bit.
Okay.
Feel anything there or no?
A little bit. I mean, it's partly ticklish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it right there. So you want to do this gentle. A lot of people will take like a broomstick handle around the end of it, and they'll put it up here. Then they'll kneel down or sit in a chair and tilt their body and push up a little bit. Feel anything in your fingers a little bit or no?
A little, yeah.
Okay. So we're in the right spot now, and this we're just gonna, it's just slow, hang out a little bit. It's just a small, short muscle, and it's just, they drop down a little bit over time. But it also internally rotates the shoulder. So I'm not moving my hand, but your body's moving some, so I'm just kind of going along with it.
Okay.
So it's just that little bump, we moved it up.
Yeah.
That should have given you a little more freedom.
Feels better.
So that one there is just, I don't do it all the time because you can actually cause problems, but when you can move it a little bit, anything that's turning in. Now, do you have any pain in the front of the shoulder up here too?
Yeah, a little, it's right.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna put you back on your side again. So right down through here, we have the teres minor and teres major, and the nerves from his neck roll down through there, but when he had pain on the front of the shoulder here, it can be coming up here in front of his bicep too, but I also found out it can be coming from down here. So we're gonna get our elbow, and we're gonna start above it a little bit, and we're just gonna work our way down to that spot right there. So you should feel that up in the front a little bit.
Yeah, just feeling it out. Yeah.
Okay. So one thing to remember when you're doing body work too, a lot of times it's opposite. When you have a feeling somewhere, the opposite muscle a lot of times will be pulling it. So now your body's saying very bad words to me. The muscle's actually pulsing back at me because it doesn't want to move. And this is a good one if you want to get more power out of your body too. You can actually start at the top, up at the top of your shoulder, and lay on your back and put a little cross ball there, and slowly roll down all these spots. And when you feel it start to unravel, like I'm doing the braids of the girl's hair, that's when you know you got a right spot, and you just leave the lacrosse ball. You can rock it just a little bit and let the body start to release on its own. So you're just helping the body do a motion that it can't do on its own. So I'm just gently rocking side to side. Oh, that's good right there. So I feel underneath through my elbow, it's like I'm on like a rough surface, and as I wait for his body to move, I can feel it smooth out. Now that should have given you a little bit more movement too. Let's try that and see what that does.
Yeah, I feel more flexibility.
Yeah. So now you're getting to see all the main things that control the shoulder. So now we're going to check, because he's got big arms here too. So if you got tight triceps here in the back, that will also cause a problem with your shoulder. So instead of starting at his elbow and pushing up, we're going to start here at the bigger muscle, and we're going to slowly pull down. And then when we get to Brian's elbow, we're going to stop, because we don't want to give anybody injuries doing this work. We want to help them so they can compete at a higher level and do their job at a higher function. So right there you can see how the tension is building up. So we're just going to wait a little bit. So when it gets all tight like this, when he tries to straighten his arm out and do things like that, and you're especially doing jiu-jitsu when you're going to tap somebody out or something, guys have tight muscles like this, they're going to tap sooner because they can't extend their arm. It causes a lot of pain. So when stuff unravels like that, to me, this is like the secret to gold, because I know he has to feel better because the muscle's not as tight. In a way, if you want to do this yourself, you can lay on your stomach and put your arm out in front of you or off to the side just a little bit, but in front of you alongside your forehead, and lay a lacrosse ball right on this muscle. Then you can put a 2.5 or 5 pound weight in your fist, and then slowly straighten your arm out, and then do a curl again. You okay, Brian?
Yeah.
So this one here has been causing you a little bit of grief there. And he's not complaining about anything with this going on at all. When I was working on the side of his shoulder there, I glanced across this area and I felt the tightness. And that's why they call me an intuitive healer, because I get in touch with what's going on with people's body, and I either sense it or I physically feel it. And when I know it doesn't belong there, once I remove it, man, you got a happy client. He can do his career and whatever he wants to do at a much higher level than what he did when he came in. See, now we're a little bit higher, Brian. It's a very specific unraveling here. Now, if you notice, the first half I went down there, it used to be real slow, hard to move. So we got half of it released. Now we're getting the last half here. So you can see if you notice any benefit in your body from doing that.
Yeah, that one was more sore than my shoulder, but yeah, it feels better.
And what I've noticed is it's easier to straighten my arm out after I do that.
Yeah, I definitely feel.
Sometimes I can't lock it all the way out, and then next thing I know I can.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to your back again. Shoulder pain up here, right inside of here is we're gonna go. And we don't have to put a lot of pressure. So this should be where the muscle and tendons and everything are going through here. Should be more down in his body. It's actually like wants to protrude up out of your body. So when muscles get tight, tendons, everything get tight, they twist up, they get round like a rope, and they should be more flat, like just a flat surface. So that's what we're doing this rocking, is we're flattening it back out again. See right there, it has like that extra little hump there, that shouldn't be there. So if you look at your body like a beautiful painting or a beautiful mural or something, and there's some areas where the mural, you know, there's a paint run or there's a drop of paint somewhere or something's not in the right area, that's what we're doing basically.
Gotcha.
All these little small, it's a small imperfection no one ever talks about. And that's my obsession in life, is to help people get rid of these little imperfections. You see, your body doesn't like me being here at all. Now see how the whole area moved a little bit? And before I'm just pushing on one area, you know, so that's all we're doing. Slow, gentle pressure, a little bit of rocking motion, making some space. So that tension that you were feeling up here, that should be a little bit better now. Go ahead and move that.
Yeah. Overall, I feel a lot more flexibility.
Yeah. And so we spent, I don't know, 10 minutes, whatever, something like that. It doesn't take forever to do. You just have to know where to push. And that's why we're making these videos, so we can show you, so you can help your friends, other people do this kind of work. You can see how it's my technique done to help you get the benefits out of it. So thank you very much.